Hello, my loves. It has been a while since I have been live on YouTube, but I felt very guided to come on and channel and just discuss some ways to help us manage this tsunami of light that has begun to come into the planet. And in fact, I was in a session with a private mentor client, and I was starting to channel to her some of this information and really just knew that I needed to channel it for everybody. And so here I am. And if you have not listened to my latest podcast episode, it is episode 48 of season 2. It'll say 2025 energies. I do talk about this tsunami of light. I do talk about, with more context of what I'm going to be talking about today, how you can navigate it. So if you're like, I don't know what this means, go back and listen to that episode. It is also on YouTube under the podcast, and you can listen to it and understand what I'm speaking about more clearly. So what I did talk about in that episode was that around today, this time that we would experience a tsunami of light. I actually, it's funny, I've never been someone who, I haven't, not never, let me rephrase this. In many years, I have not bought into the 1212 portal, 111 portals, because that is based upon a Gregorian calendar. It's given power based upon the belief systems of the collective. And time doesn't exist. It's a construct that we have created. So how could that be connected to something so much bigger? With that being said, when I did the 2025 broadcast on my podcast, the date 1212 did come through, and I remember having a little bit of resistance to that because of that belief system. But it isn't about the date. This is just when the tsunami of light is beginning to come in. And I don't know if anybody else is beginning to feel it. Sometimes I tend to feel things a day or two before other people. So know that if you're not feeling it right now, that you probably will over the next couple of days. But I knew that it had begun about mid-morning today, because I could feel almost like energy coursing through my veins. It can sometimes be comparable to feeling anxious or anxiety, or like, oh my God, I have to go. I have to rush. I have all these things to do. And you feel like you're behind, like you can't catch your breath. You can't move fast enough. You can't speak fast enough. You can't do any of those things. If you start to experience that, or are experiencing that today, or over from this moment on, right? Because when the tsunami of light begins to enter, which it already has, this is a quickening, right? This is the threshold of where we're shifting into a higher consciousness, into that unity consciousness, into that other frequency. So it's an ushering. It is, we're being sped up. And so that energy can be felt coursing through your veins at any given time, because everything's about to go hyper speed. We're going to move faster. We're going to manifest faster. Everything is going to move. And this is why that podcast was so imperative that people listen to, because what it is giving you is understanding about how you're going to be navigating the world as we step forward into these frequencies, as we're ushered in. So I wanted to come on today just to kind of give a little bit of a tip. If you start to feel anxious, if you start to feel that energy of rush, of pressure, of a million things, needing to speak fast, move fast, just stop for a second, sit down, just stop and recognize and feel that that energy is coursing through your veins, through your vessel. You are now in the threshold. You are now in that portal of the quickening, and you are in transition into new frequencies. And so you need to fully let go and open up, not resist, not try to constrict or stop or control the feeling of the light that is washing literally through every aspect of your being, every cell of your being. And what you're going to do instead is stop, and you're going to ground yourself. You're going to become, which means you become present. Grounding is about presence, being in your heart space, being present in the now moment. And you are going to say, I'm going to slow myself down. I need to slow myself down. So earlier today, when I felt that, I noticed I was like, oh, I have to do this, I have to do that. And I was feeling all these things. And I said, I'm not going to do any of this. I'm going to lay down. I'm going to take some deep breaths, and I'm going to slow myself and know that I'm going to get everything done that I need to. So another part of this that we talked about in the broadcast for the 2025 energies and this tsunami of light is about understanding that it is no longer about the material world. And that includes your physical vessel. It's no longer about reacting to or buying into or basing anything off of the material world or what you're currently experiencing. It's no longer about what is. It's not about bypassing it either. So this is why my purification process is such a gift, because it's simplicity. It's recognizing what is, but not giving any attention to it. And instead going, what do I want to feel instead? So I'm going to apply this to the example that I just did, which is when I felt rushed, when I felt like energy was coursing through my veins, when I felt this flush of energy, which is still happening right now as we speak, by the way. And I felt that need to speak fast, to move fast, to do 85 things at once, that I was rushed and out of time, very anxious style feeling. I did not react to that. I did not buy into that, which is a visceral thing. It's a material thing. It's something that is happening. Instead, I said, what do I want to feel? I want to feel calm. I want to feel centered. I want to feel like I have plenty of time. Because I do. Time is not real. I am the manager of time, right? Because you're only moving through a corridor of time. And that's why it feels so rushed, right? Because again, we've got this tsunami of light is a quickening. It's an acceleration point. So I laid down instead. I did the opposite. I did exactly what I wanted to feel. I said, nope, what do I want to feel? And now I need to act upon how I want to feel and not act upon what I am feeling. Do you see the difference? This is very, very important. So once again, you are to take aligned action based upon how you want to feel, not on how you are feeling. These are very different things. So if you can just start practicing working with that as a tsunami of light moves through, this is going to be huge, 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 huge for you. The other thing that I've noticed happening in preparation of this tsunami of light, but also it's going to happen current and after, right? Because really it's all happening simultaneously. But this is where we're going to see a lot of clearings. So we're going to start to see things fall away from us, be ripped away if you're holding on tight to things. There may be people getting sick. You may be exhausted. You may have 180 shifts and changes in your life. When these things happen, I've talked about this many times, but we're going to do it again. When these things happen, if you can say to yourself, this is happening for me. This is happening because it's going to be serving to me. My ego may not understand why something's being taken, why I don't have the money, why the relationship ended, why I lost my job, why I got sick, whatever it is. But the universe never gives you anything or takes anything away unless it's serving you and allowing you to become the most infinite, abundant, conscious being that you are. This is what it means to live in a surrendered state, which we talked about in that broadcast. If you don't live from that state, you will suffer because you will be fighting and you will be in resistance. And because there will be no more big delay between how you're expressing energetically what you are believing and buying in and the materialization of that, which we call manifestation, it's almost going to be instantaneous. So in the moments where the lack, limitation, separation, grief, shame, anger arise, and you notice the resistance, utilize my purification process. Recognize what's happening and choose to respond based upon how you want to feel, how you want to believe, how you want your reality to be versus what is. This isn't bypassing. Acknowledge, feel, but say, I'm not taking action based upon that. I am taking action based upon what I want to feel instead. This is a very important key. And allowing yourself to say in your mind or out loud that this is happening for me. This is developing me. This is happening out of love. So if you can apply those couple of things today and moving forward, again, we're going to keep coming live. We're going to keep showing up. We're going to keep putting out content to help you navigate the energies moving forward, because now I've kind of been activated, right? We are in the quickening as we speak. And so we're going to start dripping these frequencies out to you. We're going to start dripping these tidbits out to you and helping you navigate. We've been preparing you guys for the last 2 years to master uncertainty, to master surrender, to master trust and faith. So if you're not there yet, that's okay. You're going to get a real quick lesson in it. And this is the time to be present. This is the time to be observant. This is not the time to be in your head, because you can't catch these things when you're in your head. You're going to end up in the rabbit hole, and then you're going to end up in suffering. So this isn't meant to cause any fear or scarcity. It's meant to bring awareness and help you navigate this quickening, this tsunami of light that has begun, and to help you navigate it to the best of your ability, and to give you a few tips and tools to start to implement right away. Okay? So if you're experiencing this, if you're in the throes of it already, whenever you see this, congratulations. You have chosen to move into the higher frequencies. Because make no mistake, every single person on earth is at a crossroads right now, and they are being asked to choose what reality they want to live in and experience. So you're being asked to choose to step into your mission, choosing to step into your light, choosing to step into uncertainty and faith, choosing to be a part of the biggest shift in human consciousness that has ever been. This is what you came for. Some will choose the other, and that is their choice. And some will exit. That is their choice. But now is your time. And if you don't know what your mission is, but you feel like you're meant for something bigger, you guys know how to get a hold of me, and I would love to work with you. In the meantime, with the utmost grace and gratitude, I'm sending and surrounding you all with so much love as we begin to shift. And I'm just so excited for what's about to unfold and to come. If you have questions or you start to experience things that you're unsure of, please feel free to drop it in the comments because I will be doing more videos. And I will see you next time.